Okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit about this JigSpace app that I found, which I think is pretty cool. So here's the home screen on the app, and they have different categories of different interactive, I guess, PowerPoints that you can kind of look through. History, space, how-to, science, machines, and featured. And they have other ones that you can just kind of scroll to the side and see all the different types that they have depending on the category. There's also a search up here. So I'm going to search Earth because I mentioned in my report this one. And then I want to show another one after. So this pops up here where you have to tap to kind of just place the object. So Earth is a little big right now, so I'm going to pinch it with 2 fingers, make it small, kind of fit here. So before I go ahead and start the slides, which you can see all the way to the right here, one of 6, I just want to go through the bottom right here where there's like 3 little buttons that you can press. The eye right here kind of gives up some recommendations for other jig spaces that you might want to look through after. The middle one, it lets you reposition your 3D object. So if I click that, it's just going to ask me to reposition it on the flat surface, which I can do there. If you're moving around in a house or somewhere, that's useful. You can just move around in the classroom and put it somewhere else. This last one all the way to the right just makes Earth big again. So I can just pinch it back out here. So I think something that the students can understand is that Earth is huge. That's why it's expanding really big when you click on it. So once it's positioned, you can kind of spin it around so the students can see where all the continents are on the Earth, how they kind of are in relation to each other. They can also see how Earth is rotating. I think that's a very difficult concept for some young students to kind of understand. So this is kind of very cool to visually see it. So after all of the extra features, you can kind of go ahead and flip through the presentation part, which on the bottom kind of has a little caption of what each part is. So this is just explaining Earth. And then when I click the next one, it kind of goes into the layers, how there's multiple layers. So again, if you spin the Earth around, the students can physically see the different layers, the crust, upper mantle, lower mantle, and how the different depths are in comparison to each other. And then again, it just opens up more, showing the outer core, also letting us know that it gets hotter as you move towards the center. And then once more, again with the inner core. So this is a really good visual for understanding the different levels and how deep it does get inside the core of the Earth. This just is showing how it's still rotating on its axis and then back to full Earth. So I think this is a really good beginner presentation for students to understand just the entire concept of the Earth. I think it's hard to explain how Earth is from paper. So getting this visual where it is a sphere and it rotates on its axis is a really good beginner. There's another one that I actually wanted to look into a little bit more. I clicked on it earlier. It was the printing press. I thought this was interesting. So this is the Jig Workshop app. It's connected to JigSpace. I sped up this video so that we can see the finished presentation at the end. Also because it took me some time to manipulate some of the features. So on the left-hand side, the plus sign is where you can find or import your 3D model. So for this, I chose the sunflower. And from there, you can kind of add slides at the top where it says 1, 2, and the plus sign. You can add your different slides to create and form your presentation.